Hi everybody, Megan from Made by Megan here, and welcome to this tutorial video. Today we will be making a card using this technique. It's a fun fold card that has a popped up, well, it's in the folds and it stands up in the front, so that just slides out from behind the sentiment, and there's the centre, and it also folds flat to fit in an envelope. So this is one I've made following instructions from Alicia Yap from Paper Munchkin, and what we are going to be making today is this card. There we go. So it uses the Timeless Tropical stamp set. Really fun stamps in there, and that is from the mini catalogue, and you can see there is the bundle for 10% off, which has coordinating dies with the stamp set. And on the next page before, you'll be able to see, so in our mini catalogue, page 38-39, there's the entire suite of products. So the catalogue's super cool. It shows you all the coordinating colours that are used in the suite. There's DSP, which we'll be using and featuring in this card today. There's that bundle, 10% off, embossing folder, trinkets, Settle Brown stays on ink and refill, which is really cool, Memories and More cards pack, and some braided burlap trim. Now you can order these individually, or if you want everything in the suite, there is a one ordering code with one price to pay for that, and ordering that bundle, that suite, would earn you 2 Celebration freebies just for the next 2 days here in New Zealand. So if you'd like to place an order for anything we're using today or to earn Celebration freebies, I'd so appreciate your order, and I'll tell you how you can do that at the end of the video. So let's get started. I will have all of the dimensions and all the products used today on my blog, and I just do that so that I don't tell you all the wrong measurements, because that is likely something I will say on video. So what I've got here is a standard card base in Pear Pizzazz, and I've already pre-scored. So now I'm just going to sharpen those folds, score lines. So what I'm doing is this first quarter or 3/8 of an inch, I'm going to fold backwards, and then from there I'm going to bring the next score line back in towards the card, and the same with the third score line, and then this last score line I'm going to fold back the opposite way again. She says, there it is. Okay, so this is how we get the shape for the front of the card. So you can see there, that is how we've got in that shape. Okay, so now that we've done that, it is essentially sticking our layers together. So on this first thin strip, which is the fold in our card, I'm going to use some of our tear and tape to stick that flat. So liquid glue, like our multi-purpose glue, would be good for this one too. I just have my tape handy at the moment. And we're going to stick that flat back into the base of the card. Nice and easy. What I've got is the DSP piece. You start with a 4x6 piece, and then we chop it. So again, all those measurements will be in the coordinating tutorial post for this. There we go. So I started with a 6x4 piece of DSP, and I've cut up the stripes. So it's important just to put them back into the order that you cut them, because I'm going to, that determines how they are laid out in the card. 1, 2, 3. And the last piece that matches there actually goes on the inside of our card. Okay, so that last bit that was on the right hand side, I'm just going to put that aside for now, and I'll adhere down these others. So this is where I'll use my multi-purpose liquid glue, just because it's quick and easy. And I'll just adhere these flat to the front of the card. This fun fold is really cool for being able to showcase the beautiful designer series papers that we have. You get a nice, it's like a scenic cover, isn't it? It's like a panoramic image. Oops, sorry, just trying to line this up, looking through the camera. There we go, that's pretty good. And it's just really cool way to show off that designer series paper with a fun fold card. There we go. What I also have is 2 thin strips of DSP from the same pack, and I'm going to use these on the thin panels here. So we'll stick those down now too. And it is a fairly simple card to put together once you've done the scoring. And the scoring is just all on one side, if that makes sense, all along the horizontal side of the card anyway. There's just a few scores this way, so that's quick and easy. And it has a really cool wow factor in that fun fold, in that it stands by itself, and the receiver can just really show it off on a sideboard or mantle or wherever they choose. So that's the front. Okay, there we go, we're like halfway done already. How good is that? What I will do is take that last piece of DSP, which was right from the right hand side, and I'm going to adhere that on the inside now. There we go. So this is the inside of the card, and I'll just be adhering it down right on this side here. Lovely. So I'm going to grab, I have a Whisper White piece that is actually for the centre of the card there, and I also have some scrap Whisper White here, and I'm going to use the punch here, Everyday Label punch, I think. Sorry if that's not right. And I'll just punch out one of those from that scrap piece of Whisper White. Got from the image, from the stamp set, we'll be using the 2 trees here, the leaf. And you'll see on my sample I had "Thank you for the sentiment." And look at that font, that's a beautiful font. Today we'll be using the hello instead. So I'll just start with the hello in Memento black ink, and if I line this up well, that'll go good. I'm just going to do it in the centre there. Not bad. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in the leaf image, and I have a Pear Pizzazz Stampin' Right marker, and I'm going to brush the ink onto that stamp set, onto the stamp, I'm sorry. So I'll just do nice big brushes here, and then I'm going to come in so that I have a variegated colour and it's not all solid, and I'm just going to add extra ink along the stem, the veins of the leaf. There you go, so something like that. And as always, when we use our markers, the time it takes us to colour them and add a bit of detail, the ink can dry out. So what we need to do is a lovely to get the ink going again. So it's full strength down there. And what I want to do is a stamped off leaf up there. Okay. So you can see where I've come back in and it's added a darker colour along the veins there, and it even shows in that stamped off layer there. Okay, and got a bit of ink there. So next I want to bring in, oh here we go, the trees there, and again I've got the Pear Pizzazz marker and I've got my soft suede. So I'm going to start with the light colour, and I'm just going to brush out from where the fronds are coming from so that it sort of matches the, I'm not going to get random pen strokes in the stamped image. So there I go, I've laid the colour down. Oh, not even on screen. So I've laid the colour down, and I'll just come back again from the centre and just add a little more ink with my marker, and that's just going to create a variegated bit of dimension to the stamped image. Okay. Next I'll grab my soft suede marker and I'll just come back in and do the trunks. So up to there a bit, all the way down, again there, all the way down. Oops. Now we're using our markers, we're going to do that really cool again. Just come in the bottom corner, stamp it down. There we go. So here, oh, I've not quite gone all the way up with that, but that's not a bother. You could come back in with the fine end of your marker and just sketch that in if you wanted, but I'm going to leave it. I'm not sure it'll be very noticeable. But again, you can see there's a difference in colour through the leaves on that. So I will adhere this, whoops, there's more ink. That's where scrap paper, when you're stamping, comes in handy. I'm just going to add liquid glue there, and we can put that right onto the inside of our card. I'm just going to line it up to that DSP, bit of designer series paper on the end there, make sure it's buttered up, and rub it the glue so that it adheres. And there's the nice inside of our card, plenty of space to still write on the inside there. Now what we need to do is use our punched label to create the closure so that it will stand, so that it will hold and be able to stand. To do so, all you need is your dimensionals. And I just used 3 of the regular size ones, the big ones. So what I'm going to do is just make sure that I leave that much space on the tag before I put the dimensional on the bottom, if that makes sense. So that sort of that much space, which matches that, because that's where the end of the card is going to catch and sit. And working on the side panel, I am going to just make sure it's centered top to bottom and lined up with the DSP edge here. So I'm pretty happy with that, and that closes beautifully. There we go. How was that? Quick and easy. Looks really, really good. Still folds flat to fit in an envelope for posting or giving. So there you go, that's the one we've made today, and this is the one I'd made previously using the stamp set Floral Essence. Okay, use the image there and the sentiment there for the stamping. Beautiful sentiments and font in that stamp set as well. And the designer series paper I've used in this one is actually from the Best Dressed designer series paper from the mini catalogue. So there we go, all done. Nice, quick and easy video. And I'll just remind you that the products we've used today for today's project are from the mini catalogue, and it's called Tropical Oasis. And if you need it, want it, love it, you can get the whole suite for one purchase price and one order, or you can simply purchase the elements you want and will use. Today we've used the DSP and the stamp set. Besides the full suite of products, you can purchase solely the dies and the stamps in a bundle with 10% off. If you have any questions, please send me a message. Contact me through Facebook or check out my blog, madebymegan.blog, with any questions or comments. And also my blog is where you will find the written instructions to match this project. Thank you for tuning in, and hope to see you all again soon. Bye.